powerful things about our marriage is that we started with a very significant rule at the beginning of our relationship. Even before we decided to get married, probably about the time before we even got really engaged, we talked about the idea of marriage and wanting to be married and what that looked like. And for us, I would say probably the most significant rule for us is this rule.
That divorce is not an option.
Divorce is not an option for us. Whatever we go through, we will always look at it from the perspective of we will be together at the end of it. Financial difficulty, health issues, frustrations, communication struggles, intimacy issues, whatever it is.
We can work through it together.
We'll work through it together because that's what love is. Love is a choice that we make in every situation, in every moment, every day. And so when you decide that you're giving your life to someone, you're deciding to love them through every situation at whatever cost, unconditionally. That's love. And so that is our biggest rule. And why do you think that's important to you as a wife and as a woman, that divorce is not an option in this relationship?
For one, I think it helps realize that we are in this together, that we can work through the difficulty. We're working against each other or we're working through something together. We will work through it together in the end and we'll still be together. And also, in the heat of the moment, it's really easy to use that as an escape. And that's just something that we have eliminated altogether from our arguments and our conversations.
And that's basically another rule. Like first rule would be divorce is not an option. That's a rule for us. But another rule following that up would be not only is divorce not an option.
We don't threaten that.
We don't threaten divorce. Like you don't say I want a divorce or I'm going to get a divorce. That's a threat that doesn't fall within our first rule. So we have those rules that divorce is not an option. The next rule would be we don't threaten divorce. And so now we may say jokingly, because there's all these TikTok trends and video trends where someone says, I'm not going to order pizza. It's like, I guess we're getting a divorce. And that's a little different. That's a silly internet trend. But we truthfully do not threaten divorce. And there have been times we have because rules get broken. But then when you break a rule, because you watched the movie without me, I was like, it's time. It's time. But when you break a rule, you go back and lovingly apologize, ask for forgiveness, and then commit to do better. That's the process, because that's what rules allow you to do. Know who needs to resolve things in situations. And so hopefully, if you're watching this and you're wanting to improve your married life, your relationship, and you have never explicitly stated that divorce is not an option, maybe that's a rule for you. And maybe not threatening divorce is also a rule you need to input into your daily life, because it may bring you more joy and it may really take some of the edge off of some of your arguments.
We also committed to seeking help if it ever got to the point where we needed counseling.
Right.
So that was one of the things, even in our premarital counseling, we made that commitment to each other that we would seek help.
Right. Be willing to seek help. And that's important, that before it gets too late. And the problem is, as a pastor who counsels people in relationship a lot, usually when people come to me, it's at the very end of their relationship when they've let it get too far and too bad. Like our rule is let's go get help quickly first so that we can stay in love and stay loving each other. So hopefully some of these rules here, these 3 rules here, will help you as you navigate some of the difficult seasons in life and continue to love each other